Hello and welcome to another benefit of the Doud review. Oh, hey, look, we found a new toy. And today I am joined as always by co-host Cliff.
Yay! I don't even have to say anything. Is there a boo button?
Yeah, we're not. Oh, there you go. We're not going to do any more reactions because those are kind of lame. But anyway, uh, today Cliff is taking us through the T-Mobile Revvl Tab 5G. Revvl, face a mess. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. So let me just bring the tablet over here. We can talk about it, and then we'll switch over to the old Slappy the review cam.
The old
So
Slappy, good old
old
Slappy McSlappinfestein.
Slappy. So we have the. I don't actually know the screen size of this now that I think about it. I'm thinking it's like a 10 point something here.
I was gonna say 10.36, but yeah, I was gonna say it
Is that
looks
what
like
it
a
is?
10. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
it feels like a
10.36.
10 to 11 inch tablet. Yeah. You can
Yeah,
see it's a
yeah.
9 by 16 format, which is not bad.
And I can see you have your video mirrored.
Yeah, it's great, huh?
Yeah.
Oh well, that's all right. But
A little bit of branding on the back there.
a little bit of branding, which we'll see in Slappy as well. But you can also see I just wiped this down, and it is a fingerprint magnet. But
yeah,
so T-Mobile was nice enough to send this to us along with the T-Mobile Revvl 6X Pro
link
5G.
to that in the show notes.
Right,
Yep.
exactly. Yeah, we just pushed out a review. It was again. So this is another one of those very rare for a carrier when they actually have their own series of phones instead of having something like Samsung. And I mean, I have very similar feelings about this, which we will talk about then. But yeah, let's go ahead and move over to Slappy.
Mr. Slappy McSlappinstein. All right. Boom. There we go.
Boom. And look, fingerprints. Yeah. All right, let me just move this off camera while I put in my pen. And as you can,
that's probably a good call.
probably a good call. Yeah.
Oh,
And
that's the wrong screen.
that's
there
all right. I have the packaging here, which is very simple. It's basically just this and the charging cable, and then your SIM card if you get it directly from T-Mobile. And this is actually so big it almost doesn't fit. We'll go this way.
There you go.
There we go. Either way. But so this is what I would call a tablet that's really good for media consumption.
Okay.
It's got a Dimensity.
And nothing else.
But nothing. No, that's not entirely true. So 10-inch screen. But I mean, I feel like any tablet that's not like the Lenovo
Tab
Extreme or like an iPad Pro. I have a feeling the majority of people, whether they're on the go like this because it's connected with 5G, or if it's just in your house, the majority of the things you're doing are playing like simple games and doing things like watching YouTube and just your average media consumption kind of thing. Maybe a giant remote control for your media device connected to your TV if that's your thing. But again, just like its cousin that came to us, a very minimal software install. You've got the two T-Mobile apps right here, which I didn't mean to launch, but that's okay. Setting you up. No, that's okay, T-Mobile, but thank you. And so because of that, it's almost just like stock AOSP Android, very pixel-like. You can see it's got the theming for. It's the easiest way to say that. See, that's probably like the settings icon right there. You see how it's got that little tint of magenta,
a little magenta hue to it.
Exactly. And so that is actually, and it is shipping with Android 13.
Okay.
Let's see.
That's actually not bad. I mean, all things considered. I mean, yeah.
No,
I mean, Android 14 is out now, but still.
Literally just came out though, and this I believe was launched before Android 14 was launched. So
yeah.
But so Dimensity 700, which is what I'd call like your mid-tier to low-price phone 5G processor from MediaTek. It's got 6 gigabytes of RAM and comes with 128 gigabytes of storage, but it does have 5G. In fact, what I was going to say is I actually all the G's. And let's see here. We can just do a speed test.
Make sure you turn off Wi-Fi first.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea, huh?
Yeah.
So we're going to turn off. So you can see we've got T-Mobile 5G here. But I was going to say I pulled down 600 megabits per second yesterday on this.
Of course you did.
That is the fastest I have got from any device on T-Mobile's network at my house or anywhere else for that matter. So right now you can see we're pulling down near that.
Yep. Hitting 5. You're gonna hit 5. Come on, 5.
Oh, go. Oh,
Give it a little push. No, 484. What
this
a
is
piece
what
of
was humorous
crap.
about it,
No,
though. It's like 500 and something down and then 1.3 up.
Right. Right.
1.5. Oh, it's climbing.
Yeah, we got up to 7.
But my goodness, I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
For a local speed like that. I mean, considering where I live, T-Mobile's network here is just awesome.
Yeah. Well, there's nobody using it. So
every time.
But you know what? Honestly, I mean, you need to own that because I make fun of like the area you live, but you know what my speeds are here? Like I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure I get 4G in my neighborhood. Like,
Oh my
I mean,
goodness.
I've said it before. My house is in a Bermuda Triangle of cellular signal from
Right.
all 3 carriers. So, like, if I wanted to, I've got a T-Mobile. What do they call that? A microcell in my house.
Right.
So, like, I can actually get a phone signal in my house, thankfully. But the only reason is because of that microcell. If I didn't have that microcell, I need to go out into my front lawn to make phone calls. I mean, it's really terrible.
That is pretty sad.
So,
what does that say about you?
Go ahead and enjoy those super speeds there, brother.
I am enjoying it. And you know what? I'm just going to keep it on. Yeah. And you know what? I said on the
phone.
6X Pro review that I had not seen ultra capacity, but this has definitely got ultra capacity and it's the same chipset. So I should be able to get that.
Yeah.
Maybe I just couldn't get it in my house, but I got 600 in the house, so we'll see. But you can see it's relatively thin. It's basically literally just a rectangular slab with rounded corners. It almost feels like an iPhone 14 or below with those really slab sides, but which actually makes it really easy to handle. Again, you've got just like the 6X Pro, you've got the red power button,
the magenta accent.
The magenta accent. Unfortunately, this does not have a fingerprint reader. Which is a little annoying. So you're always putting in your code.
Does it at least do like Face ID or face?
It does not. At least when you set it up, it does not offer that option. Now I haven't actually gone in and tried to see if I can set it up. Again, not a big
I'm
deal.
sure it would offer you that option if it was an option, but
yeah, exactly. Typically, when you're setting that up, it'll go through and try to set it up for you. So no,
right.
And honestly, that's not necessarily the most secure thing in the world. And if you're taking this out, I think I'd probably just rather put in my PIN and just be done with it. But
when the Pixel 8 at the announcement when they rolled out the Pixel 8 Pro and they're like you can use the camera for Face ID and we're like is there any other hardware that like verifies? Oh no. Are you sure that's a good idea?
So this is a game that I have been playing since like 2015, something like that. It goes back so far that I remember playing this on, and I'm still not very good at it here, but you can see it plays well. Now not that this is a particularly demanding game, I think, in terms of the hardware, but it is a game that I play all the time. But yes, I go back so far that I played this on the Kinect with my Xbox 360.
Okay. Oh wow.
But I'm not sure just
what happened. I think Slappy just went away.
Slappy just dropped for whatever reason. I'm not sure why.
And so did Fruit Ninja, apparently.
No, Fruit Ninja's still going, although I just died.
I was going to say that's what I meant was you died.
It's the battery just died. That's nice.
Oh, well, then that ends the Slappy demonstration.
Well, that's all right. Let me just power this off.
That's okay. That's the last video we're doing on Slappy today, right. So we'll be fine.
I was a
So,
little confused there. Just all of a sudden it dropped off. But yeah, you got to see that for casual gaming, it's just fine.
right, right.
And
Yeah, absolutely.
not only for
So,
casual gaming, but also for like watching YouTube videos. That's actually the next thing I was gonna do. But I think you kind of get
okay.
the general idea that it has what I would call, especially for the price of this, if you buy it outright, is $199, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
free if you add a new line to T-Mobile. But
Which don't do
performs
that.
well for all those kind of things. It's thin, it charges relatively fast, the battery
Mm-hmm.
life is decent. So, I mean, this is
Yeah.
especially if you have the 5G radios turned off, this will sit on your on your coffee table in your bed, wherever, for a week, and you can still turn it on, and it'll be and it'll still be ready to go with maybe 20 or 30% down. When you have
Yeah.
if you have the radios for cellular connectivity, that's a different story. But being able to throw this into your
Exactly.
backpack or
Mhm.
take it with you, and this is actually going to be something that's great for my little one when we're traveling outside of Virginia for Thanksgiving. And so this will be a great thing for her to have. So I probably will add her Google account on here and put some of her games on there, and that way we don't have to hotspot, which will be really nice.
Yeah. And that'll
So
shut her up for that 3 hours that you're in the car.
exactly.
No, I'm just kidding.
Listen, you
Yeah, and
with
we're
your
all about
needs.
shutting up our kids. So
That's
absolutely.
what I say every time I talk to my kids. I talk to them like I'm a gangster. Listen,
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, you just go sit down with your tablet and don't bother me.
Listen,
Sit
you.
down, kid.
I
You
gave you
bother me.
the puck with the string and the ball. You just play with that like I did when I was a kid. See.
That's right. Go out in the backyard and find a stick. Because that's what we did when we were kids. We just went outside and played with a stick.
And it went from a tablet review to off the rails. Lots of fun, which is also what
Yes.
I used to do around the country in a boxcar, meeting lots of people. It was fun.
While playing with a stick. Anyway, so how's the battery life been on that?
I mean, again, it's the kind of thing. Well, I haven't had I've actually had this since before I had a SIM card from T-Mobile to actually connect it to
Mm-hmm.
their network, and so it was just on Wi-Fi. And literally, like, I can leave it for a week and come back, and it's fine. So if
Oh,
you're to
really?
use
Okay.
this, yeah, if you're using this all day, it's going to be pretty much done by the end of the day. Just because it's not a huge battery. I think it's like
7,040 milliamp hour.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, I thought it was 6 or 7,000 milliamp hours, which is not bad, especially considering it's relatively thin and lightweight. Um, but if you're doing any kind of casual gaming on it, you're probably going to need to charge it at the end of the day.
Okay.
I mean,
15-watt wired charging, by the way. Does that
right.
come with a charger in the box?
No, it does not. Neither
No, it does not.
of them did, either the phone or the tablet. Which,
Oh,
again,
T-Mobile.
I I, I mean, it's USB-C at this point. I think they're assuming that
Yeah, it doesn't mean I have to like it.
I know
Doesn't mean we have to like it.
it's
Also
expected
tops out
though.
at 15 watts of wired charging, which is also not amazing. But I mean, it's a $200 tablet. What do you want? So I guess we can't all be the Tab S9 Ultra, huh?
Did you just say this has wireless charging?
No, wired,
Oh,
15-watt wired
I thought
charging.
you said 15-watt wireless charging before that. I'm like, well, I tried it on wireless charging just because the phone had it, and
Yeah.
but that's okay. This would be unwieldy and kind of hard to charge on wireless anyway. So
Oh, 100%. 100%. Yeah,
no big deal.
I'm
So
not
again,
sure
for
any
what I
tablet
think
really
this,
needs wireless charging.
you
But
know, I played with the cameras, and it's fine for like a Facebook Messenger call
don't ever
or
take
something like that.
a
But
picture with the tablet.
no, it was just I tried the rear cameras just to play with them. But just so you see, it does have.
Have I ever
I don't have Slappy anymore. I was gonna say.
No, you sure don't.
Yeah, that's right.
Did I
So
ever Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
it's got a I believe a wide angle and then your standard shooter, but it's nothing to write home about.
Right, absolutely. But yeah,
I
so did
mean,
I ever
as most tablets aren't. So, did you ever what?
what's no, I was oh, you know what? I think it was the Surface. Hang on a second. I took a rather funny picture the one time
Oh gosh.
talking about cameras on tablets. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Yep, hang on. Let me do screen share. This is a total tangent, so sorry everybody,
Well,
but
that's what people are here for the tangents
that's right.
and the 1940s voices.
This is from my Surface 9 Pro review, and that's the picture.
I remember this. Yes.
So
I mean,
I'm
that's
like,
a $1,000 tablet, so you can imagine what this would
yes,
be like.
yes. Every time you take a picture with a tablet, an angel dies. But anyway, so
But
that's
here's the thing, right? It's one of those things I've had during my time with mobile devices, several tablets, several devices that are of the same ilk, that are connected to a mobile network outside of Wi-Fi, and it's one of those things that's easy to forget that you have. And then when you have it, you're like, how did I live
yes,
without this? Because
right?
it's just so nice to be able to take it out, especially when you have kids, which is what this
Mm-hmm.
will be. And this is what this is. In fact, my daughter's already tried to steal this tablet from me 2 or 3 times. Well, first of all,
No doubt.
I don't know what it is about tablets. My daughter, it's like she can smell them. She'll come in. I get new tech in my house all
Tablet,
the
tablet,
time.
tablet, tablet,
Yes,
tablet.
she's probably at school going, I sense a disturbance in the force. A new tablet has arrived. Yes.
You have a tablet.
She literally has 3 tablets already.
I
And
don't even have 3 tablets. What the
she
hell?
she swaps between them. And here's the thing, like I've tried to be like the responsible parent that has like time limits so that her screen time is limited, but because she has 3 tablets, it's just one runs out and then she just goes to the next one. It's a complete failure.
I'm limiting you to 3 hours on your tablet. That's it. But of course, that is 3 hours per
On
tablet,
that
so that's actually 9 hours. I'm a terrible father.
Exactly. It's that bad. Well, we're great. I'm a great parent. That's all you can really say. But yeah, she
Oh,
literally has a money bin of tablets that she jumps into and swims around in.
yeah.
Which as one does when you're, the daughter
Well,
of someone like me who has tech just sitting around all over the place.
and another tangent, but I tried to do that same thing where I imposed limits on
Yeah.
my kids devices. But my daughter had like, at the time, this is several years ago, she had like a phone and a tablet, and that was it. My son had a computer, a phone, an extra phone, and another tablet. And I'm just like, I was like, all right, well, you get, you know each of you gets 3 hours worth of screen time.
Right.
And I told my son, I'm like, you need to tell me how you want to divvy that time up,
Right.
because I'm going to give you like an hour on your phone and a half an hour on your tab, whatever. Like,
Right.
and
Mhm.
he that math did not register with his brain somehow. And he's like, well, that's not fair. I'm like, yes, it's very fair. It's the definition of fair.
Right.
But anyway, so yeah. So your daughter has a lot of tablets, and
Yeah.
that's
And then,
really,
like I
that's
said,
your takeaway from this
the
entire.
takeaway from this, and then the fact that I'm literally like setting this tablet up, and it was like, oh, a new tablet.
Like a Looney Tunes like a Looney
Yes,
Tunes
exactly.
character.
And then just like you were like, a new tablet, you say,
Mm.
this is mine. We have to unwrite. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why my daughter is talking like that, but in my mind, that's
Like
how
a
it went.
1950s gangster.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes, yes, quite.
So, yeah, I mean, that's cool. I mean, and you're absolutely right about the whole,
Connectivity thing.
connectivity thing, because you take this out
I hear a
and
puppy.
yeah, I know. God damn it. All right, here, carry the show for a second. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. So right, as he was saying, it's one of those things that you don't appreciate as far as having a connected tablet, a connected device. Whether that's a secondary device specifically, especially if, let's just say, you're out doing something and your phone dies. Having that secondary ability to be able to do something like a video call to say, hey, by the way, my phone died and I'm calling
Yeah.
you on my horrible phone, my horrible camera on my tablet.
You know what?
Well,
I'll do you one better. When I had so I don't know if we've talked about this before, but I went to Great America the one time, and I lost not one but 2 phones
I
on a
remember this.
roller coaster. And and the only way that I was able to communicate with anybody was one of those phones was an iPhone, and I had an iPad with me, And so I was able to tether it with the iPhone that was like sitting 20 feet away from me, like on the ground underneath the roller coaster. But I was able to tether the internet connection with that iPhone with
Oh,
with my iPad so that I could like call my wife and
right.
like try to iMessage my daughter and get her to like come over. So like, but yeah, having connectivity on a tablet, it's just you're right. It's one of those things where on the one hand, do you really want to pay the extra $10 a month or whatever it is
Right.
just to have a tablet connected? Because like you said, it's something that it's so easy to forget. You don't even
Mhm.
realize like you've got this tablet in your backpack and you're like, oh yeah, I can do anything I want on this anytime I
Exactly.
want. Like,
Exactly.
and especially in the before times, we used to spend a lot of time in our car. So
Mhm.
going to my parents' house or whatever. So that would be a nice thing to have, like to be able to pull out a laptop and just work on a thing, or pull out a tablet and watch a video or something like that. So
Well, that's the
it's
thing, like, we'll definitely be, like I said, since we're traveling for Thanksgiving, I'm
oh
pretty,
yeah.
like, 99% certain that this is what my daughter will be using, which means I probably should order a case for it.
And I was gonna
Otherwise, it will
say,
be
and you will never
destroyed.
see it again after that.
Exactly. But, yeah, and my wife is usually tethering or allowing my daughter's stuff to tether to her phone, which means her
Yeah.
iPhone battery goes, "Ew." Yeah, and so having this, or with its own connection, is going to be wonderful. So yeah,
Right.
this is a really good value. It's a decent performer for. I mean, if you're talking about like first tier games, that the more demanding games,
Candy
this would not be something.
Crush. Yeah.
Oh well, you're fine with the Candy Crush. I'm just saying, if you're doing something more demanding with a game,
Oh,
I don't think
okay.
this is. I don't think this is the tablet. You This is not the tablet
Right.
you need.
Not a
But for
Call of
casual
Duty
stuff,
tablet.
not at all. But for
Yeah.
casual stuff and consuming media, whether it's your Netflix or your Amazon Prime or your YouTube,
Surfing the
it's
Facebooks.
perfect for that.
Yeah.
And I mean, the fact that it supports ultra capacity 5G on T-Mobile with crazy speeds like you saw there,
Yeah.
it, you know,
Yeah.
it this can also be an awesome. This is the other side of it too. Could be an awesome mobile hotspot
That's very true. Yeah, absolutely. So,
with a
cool.
relatively big battery compared to a phone. So just something
Yeah,
to consider.
exactly. Exactly. So maybe you'll be tethering off your daughter's
Aha!
tablet.
There you go.
Aha!
You
How you
never
like
know.
them apples? But okay,
Delicious.
we're into such a weird mood today. Okay, anyway, so no, that's cool. And like you said, it's $200 if you buy it outright, or free if you start up a new line. And honestly, if you're getting the tablet, maybe you want to start up a new line anyway. I don't know if you want to have that line for 2 years, but
Right, right.
but anyway, so yeah, but it's cool. It's a nice thing to have. It's a nice fallback to have. We've done a couple of tablets on this channel that have 5G connectivity. Unfortunately, that's the minority in
That's right.
in the
Mhm.
US. Is like a lot of tablets don't even have like, they'll have the SIM tray, but it'll be like blocked in with like
Right.
plastic because they didn't want to go through the certifications, which is a real pain in the butt. But we've actually run into that with a few, not only here on the channel, but like stuff that I've reviewed for like Slash Gear and Forbes is and like, oh, there's a 5G tray. Oh,
Well, even with
you know,
The Lenovo, Tab Extreme that we reviewed, it I believe that at least it could be at least internationally configured with, cellular connectivity with
mm,
but all it is on the one that we reviewed is an SD card slot. So, oh, that's
ah,
actually something I should mention. This does have, an
oh,
SD card
expandable
slot or
storage. Yeah,
expandable
yeah, yeah.
storage in the SIM tray, which is really nice. I mean, it's already got 128 gigabytes of storage for this the kind of stuff you'll be doing with this. I mean, I feel like that's gonna be enough for most people.
Oh, sure.
You definitely shouldn't be recording video.
No, no, don't use the camera at all, really, ever.
It's just
So
there. It's kind of like, we humans still have a pinky, and this still has a camera because the tablet evolved from phones, but,
yeah,
it's
the
just there like
camera
a
is the
vestigial
pinky
tail.
of tablets. Yeah.
That's the conclusion we've drawn from this review.
That if you take away nothing else from this review, take away that the camera on the tablet is the pinky of the tablet. So it's probably best to just chop it off and Well, that's going to do it for this episode of the podcast. Please consider subscribing to this channel if you enjoyed it by hitting that subscribe button and smashing that bell so you can be notified of new episodes and reviews as they drop. And also be sure to like this video because we want to know that you like us. I mean the tablet. I mean us. I mean the tablet. And if you want some early access, jump onto Patreon at patreon.com/benefit of the Doud. I'd like to thank co-producer Cliff for all of his hard work behind the scenes and for taking us through the Revvl Tab 5G. Sorry, I forgot the order of the name.
Just rolls off the tongue, you know?
It really does. But most of all, and as always, I'd like to thank you for watching and for giving us the benefit of the Doud.